What's up, guys? Mark Fleetwood here. Welcome back to the Daily Grind Trader. Today, I've got a handful of coins that I think are ready to go. We're just waiting for a trigger. Stay tuned. I'm going to let you know which ones they are and when I think that they could happen. We'll be right back. Alright guys, real quick, I'm going to get the disclaimer out of the way first. I am not a financial advisor and this is not financial advice. Do not listen to what I say and take advice. Do your own due diligence. Alright guys, going to start with one, Harmony. Guys, this coin has seen massive growth. I mean, it was very much parabolic here. Now, I put the Fibonacci here, not really too important. I just wanted to see how far it had gotten yet. I don't believe it's gotten far enough to be ready to start a new uptrend. What I'm looking for is the price action, one of these candlesticks, to come down to the 25-day moving average. Now, this 25-day should, because of the drop in price from this high, this 25-day candle should start to flatten out. So this is going to have to come down a little bit lower before we touch that 25-day moving average. I think the 25-day moving average will act as a dynamic support and should pump the price up. Now at that point, if it happens around the 38.2 line, I don't know that we'll see substantial growth, but there is growth to be made. There will be profits to be taken. I could very easily see this happen around 2 days from now, and we bounce off the 25-day moving average and push close to this high again. If we go from let's say 14.75 to 24 cents, or I'm sorry, 21.22, from 14 to 21 is a 33% profit, and it likely wouldn't take long. This thing went up very quickly. It had very strong growth, but again, this is one where I'm waiting for a trigger. The MACD is coming down, and I want to wait for a bit of a turn here, a bit of a horizontal movement, so that we can identify that the volume, the depth of the sell has been met and has been completed, and then we are going to start getting back into buying pressure. But again, this is one that I think it's just waiting for a trigger. It's had a healthy retracement so far, and I think that it's going to be one that could very easily take off again before the end of this week. I definitely think that you will see an immediate bounce, an immediate buy pressure off of this 25-day moving average once this hit. There's a little bit of gap here, and again, there was a huge gap between the 7-day and the 25-day at this peak, and of course it's going to come back. So if it's 2 or 3 days and the 7-day comes down to here and hits the 25-day, a cross or a convergence of the two would probably be the best case scenario. Then we're really looking at a good dynamic support to push off of this. All right, guys, that is like I said, that's one. The next is HBAR. HBAR, guys. Again, this is one I'm using simply some quick indicators, waiting for a trigger. Like the training videos, your moving averages are key. Now we're going to combine that with the moving averages with the MACD and with the RSI. So right now we are currently trading underneath the 25-day and underneath the 7-day. I think tomorrow HBAR swings, and it's going to swing up and it's going to push towards a new high. This was I think a false break, and from here I think we're looking to hit that 45, 46 cents mark, potentially push beyond it. Something very similar to what KNC did recently, where you might get a 5 or 10% increase above that, in which case we're looking at 47 to 50 cents, somewhere around this range. Now what's likely to happen is this sell down is going to continue to sell, and we're already pretty deep. We had a false break. This is something I talked about in the MACD video, but this was a fake out. You see this start to go horizontal, and then you see it actually start to hook up, but it never crossed. And that was the slight buy pressure to get back, and it fell back again. But it's actually good for getting in now, or getting in soon, because we're dropping the MACD a little bit. We're dropping down off the height of the pressure. When this started to turn here, the coin was also very close to being overbought again, already being overbought by the time the buy pressure picked back up. So that pressure would not have been sustainable. Now our RSI is closer to 50, closer to equilibrium, closer to the middle of the ground, or middle of the pack and RSI. And that's a better place, I think, to take off from. So I'm definitely looking at HBAR as a buy-in probably tomorrow, the 7 and 25-day cross. And you will see a pickup from this red candle. You'll see a substantial bullish candle. More than likely, I'm going to call it now that there will be a bullish engulfing candle tomorrow. And let me make sure to clarify, this video is being made right now 11:20 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So this is already into Monday's day. This candlestick is Monday's day. Monday starts 8 p.m. Saturday night, and every day there forward for Eastern Standard Time. Universal time is 12 a.m. to 12 a.m. is each day universal time, but there is a 4-hour difference between Eastern Standard Time. So my day starts at 8 p.m. So this is already Monday's candle. I believe it will sell down slightly more, and then there will be a bullish engulfing candle off of this starting 8 p.m. Monday into Tuesday. That's what I believe. We had a huge gap here. It didn't get close enough to stop or to have enough pressure. This gap was way too wide, and it started to build back up before it got close enough. It didn't consolidate enough. I think this consolidation here will be plenty, and I think it's looking good. The RSI is still not weak, but it's got enough room to build. It's got enough room to build off of. The MACD, I believe, is going to be as low as it's going to be. I mean, this last sell on the histogram is the lowest one that we've seen for a while. And it drops the entirety of the signal line and the MACD line down to a more sustainable range, a range that there will be more area to move up again. Excuse me. All right, guys, that's two that I'm looking for that I think are imminent on breakouts. There's another that I'm going to talk about that has been a mystery to me because I've never gotten a good technical analysis on this coin, and that's Raven coin. I've been working on Raven for a while now, but I think if nothing else, this coin will respect the basics, and I'm hoping that it will respect the basics. We are trading on a line of resistance or line of support. This line has held support many times. Held support here and here, here. Held support here. It's been holding support the past 3 days. 1808 has been holding, or 1840, whatever that line is, around 18 cents, roughly 18 cents, has been holding support. The 50-day moving average is moving to that point. This coin ignored the 7-day, 25-day crossover. It did not budge. It ignored touching the 25-day. It did not budge. It started to trade under. If it doesn't trade, if it doesn't bounce off the 50-day, it starts trading under. Honestly, it's going to be like a last hurrah for Raven to not drop down to the 15-cent range. The 15-cent range is its next large support line. Below that, we're looking at getting down close to 12 cents again. I don't think that happens. I think worst case scenario is it gets back down towards 15, but I'm really hopeful that the trend will stay up, but there's a long consolidation period. This thing jumped so quickly in February, and it's held pretty well. I mean, this drop out here, this lowest low at 12 and some change, or 1168, was the 61.8% line on the Fibonacci retracement. So that was a good low for it to bounce off of. Unfortunately, it started to pick up before it ever really hit this a couple of times. I would have liked to have seen it consolidate around here a little bit longer. I think the next pressure up would have been better, would have been stronger. But consolidating here is close. It's between like the 38 and the 50% line. Again, this is going to be its last real opportunity to pick up some significant momentum, and it looks poised to do so. Again, the RSI just below 50. The MACD has been in sell for, I mean, since it hit the 61 line, it's been below the signal line. I mean, it crossed for a short time, but it was an insignificant amount of crossover. It was very insignificant. Didn't produce any real buying pressure, and then it dropped back down quickly. Our MACD is back close to zero. It's almost in the negative. Another day down, and the MACD will likely be negative. But I think we get good bullish momentum off of this 50-day moving average. Typically, the 50-day moving average is the strongest dynamic support before you go into a downtrend. It is the last line, and it is going to be one of the strongest dynamic supports. If it crosses under, look for a big pickup, but we just can't stay under for too long. I have a couple examples of coins that bounced under and then picked up very quickly. I think BAN fell under the 50-day. Yeah, BAN traded under the 50-day for 2 candles and bounced back up, and then it sold off really quickly, and then there was this big convergence of the 715 or 725 and 50, and then we had a big upswing. Now we're back trading above the 50-day and the 25-day, and the 25 is about to cross back up over the 50-day. So hopefully this candle goes green again, and we start pushing the $18 resistance. We really need to break this $18 resistance to hit the $20 to $22 range that we're looking for. I'm looking for $24 to $26 off of this at the end of this run up. Oh, IOTA's looking pretty good. IOTA's making a little run. I have mentioned that with KNC. The KNC, no, IOTA didn't touch the 50-day line. Let me try to find another coin that did touch the 50-day line. EOS, one of them. Yes. EOS traded under the 50-day one time, and then, or 2 days, and then it had a big bullish momentum back above it, and then it went super bullish. EOS has gone, I mean, this has been from where does this open at? 368.9 up to top of high of 648. I mean, that was a near a 100% increase, and still has room to go. I mean, it sold down and back up, and then it's not really too far off the 7-day, and not really in the overbought yet. All right, guys, I just want to give an example of what can happen sometimes when you cross the 50-day. If you're still in an uptrend and you cross the 50-day, you're typically going to bounce off of it. But this one hovered around it for a while before it really bounced hard. But there should be some upward momentum still. And these weren't all converged all around the same spot the way Raven is. And it wasn't until they all really kind of converged that they really took off. Yeah, Raven's going to have a conversion here of all three moving averages. That's going to, it's going to be a make or break for this. But anyway, guys, that's the video. We're looking at one, we're looking at HBAR, and we're looking at Raven. So with that being said, guys, hope you enjoyed. If you liked the video, give it a like. Subscribe to the channel. The subscription rate has been great. It's much appreciated. Until next time, peace.